Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite podcast, Straight Note Chaser. We have a full group today almost, so go around and say hi, everyone.
Hi, it's Giselle.
Hi, it's Rohan.
Are we supposed to do like?
No.
Okay, hi. Hi guys, it's Kemi. Hi everybody, it's Ayana.
And as usual, it's B, also Bahar. We have a very special episode for y'all today. I think we've been listening to some requests of things like wedding recap, thinking about life during the pandemic, planning during the pandemic. But in full traditional fashion, let's kick it off in our usual shots, guys. Let's do it.
Look at this.
What is that, a mini bottle, Raw?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's coconut rum though.
Oh, nice. All right. Well, let's cheers, y'all.
Cheers, bestie.
Cheers. Ugh. All right. So in same tradition, I know our listeners are, of course, used to our fishbowl by now, but we have a little twist. So over the past couple of days, we put up some questions, of course, I think in preparation for this episode today. And we thought we had a little fun with our listeners and, of course, the rest of us. So let's play a game, guys. Are we ready? Are we ready?
Very.
I mean, I think we all know where our minds go sometimes and how dirty our minds can be too, but
For all listen.
I mean, Giselle, you can't deny that. Come on, you cannot deny. And there you go. Exactly. You see what Rohan's sign says? There you go. Perfect.
The people on the podcast can hear.
I was just about to say the people want to know.
Oh, hush. Yeah. Cat.
Rohan have a first sign saying hush your cat, and I find that very disrespectful. But it's okay.
Okay. You're minding a gutter, big man. Let me not do this.
So y'all, aim of the game. I'm going to tell
with the halo.
Kemi with the halo. I'm going to tell you a riddle, and you are going to answer. Now let's see which is the correct answer, of course, and I'll share. We're also going to share what some of our listeners wrote as well, because there's some pretty funny ones that came our way. And then, yeah, so I'll ask, and you all have your paper and pen to write on, so then you can share the answers for our viewers too. Let's go. Okay, so the bigger I am, the louder you'll scream. I feel like we need some Jeopardy music in here.
I am such an idiot.
So wow. And then when you're ready, put your answers up to the video. Okay, so Rohan says pepas. Is that how you pronounce it?
Pepas. It has the accent.
The accent on the E. All right. Jan says a prick. Okay.
You know, like when a needle juke you. The bigger the needle juke, the more painful.
That is not true. You never hear the song Small Pendas Jacquard?
Giselle, you really going with that answer? Giselle said a shit.
Good job, Giz.
Yes. Okay. Okay. You know, I could see that though. Nice. That makes sense.
It does.
Yeah. I wasn't ready. I just put number one.
Kemi, all this time everybody put up the answers.
And so I waited.
Right answer.
Boogeyman. The boogeyman.
The boogeyman?
Yeah.
So the bigger I am. Okay. I mean, good to see that 50% of us are pretty dirty. So the answer, well, actually, before I share the answer, let me just tell you what some are.
Go on, a roller coaster.
Yeah, that was the answer. But I'm going to tell you what some of our listeners wrote. Someone got clever. His bank account. Someone said ice cream scoops. I feel like some of our listeners are pretty innocent, compared to us. One said...
I'm the what?
Huh?
The bigger I am,
The
the
louder you'll
Louder I
scream.
So the louder you scream. Ice cream, yeah.
Mhm.
I was
Some
going to
of-
put ice.
Yeah, some of these made sense. A lizard, cockroach, basically anything that crawls.
Creepy crawlies.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
eggplant emojis. Definitely, people even had different versions of penis in different languages.
Face.
And we did get a couple say roller coaster. So again, not
Mm.
that many dirty minded for that
Not to hate
question.
on Ole, but Ole Google that before the answer.
I
But it's
find
cool.
so. I find so. They were trying to say that they're not dirty minded, which we all know where your
Ole
answers went.
Google it. And that is fine.
Yep.
Ole including
Honestly-
Kemi, yeah?
I got my
Thank you.
hello. I didn't Google nothing, eh? Right.
To be honest, if they listen to this podcast, they lie because
Yeah.
you had to be a little dirty to listen to us.
Because I feel like based on past transactions too, or whatever messages, our listeners are pretty out there, dirty minded. So I find people are just trying to
Exactly.
Not the few I
sophisticated.
know. The ones I know, they're pretty cool.
Do I need to bring
All
my
let us do is lie.
Yeah.
Lie.
Look.
Lie.
Here she come with the hush a cat sign.
All
right,
just
y'all.
write Giselle on top of that.
Let's go on to the next question. I can get turned on in any room of the house. Ooh. Man, I wish. Like I said, that's me, you know.
I was like, well, I mean, that's exactly my answer.
Ayana.
All right. So
Yarrow.
Ro said me, but precisely 4 days before my period. Whoever's listening, take note.
Take note, fellas. Take note.
Jans also said me. Giselle, Kemi, I'm waiting. You must take part. Switch. Okay. All right. Kems.
You're going to
Um,
answer, I see.
I'm going to go with light.
All right. So about 50% of people that answered that question on Instagram said light or lamp switch. The others also said me. So whatever y'all want to do behind closed doors.
Y'all are
The door could be open too, but I say switch.
Can we just note that Kemi is probably one of them kids that used to never have all the notes when the teacher writes on the board? Because why up to now Kemi can't write the answer on time?
Yeah, my paper also have nothing on it. I just write roller coaster after the fact. This is
Kemi, one of those people where they let you check your own paper and then she'd be changing the answers.
I can't
I got it right.
yeah. Man, just give me a blind, right?
All right. Okay, y'all. Third question. I'm the first thing you put in your mouth. When you're done with me, you spit. Oh, yeah. Maybe some people don't.
I don't want to answer this one.
Me, the answer.
Yo, some of these answers from our listeners are just so kicksy.
I bet they get a lot of eggplant emojis again.
Some got clever with their answer too. All right, so I know you like girl. All right, Ro. You
I hope your mother see this episode.
boy.
Not hear it,
My
eh?
mom
I
listens
hope
to
she
this episode.
see it.
All right, Ro, you call out your answer. I want you to hear you state this.
It says, I don't.
All you just do is lie.
Can you wait?
Try again.
please?
No, try again.
It says, I don't suck dick, but penis.
You had a whole presentation. Okay.
Johan has slideshow already.
Boy, with transitions. All right, Jans, what you said.
Yes, tell yourself to hush your cat.
toothpaste. I know Jans was not thinking that as a first answer, huh? But okay.
Girl, you
And
the
it's time
liar.
to go with the scientific answer.
Okay.
A toothpaste.
Giselle says toothbrush.
A toothbrush.
A toothbrush.
And Kemi,
T-O-T.
I'm not asking you to write your answer down anymore, but what you have?
I go in with mouthwash.
All right. All right. So for this one, majority did answer toothpaste, mouthwash, toothbrush, but some, I would say, actually, same 50-50. They answered, someone said breakfast sausage. That's a good way to put it.
Okay. That's what
Another
I
person said la pien, which I'm assuming is
Huh?
for, in I don't know what language.
Why you spitting after you finish your breakfast?
What?
Maybe because the person is a vegetarian.
Or maybe that's not
So
the
every
literal-
morning, because it said that I am the first thing you, so every morning you would eat a non-vegetarian breakfast and spit.
Said in the morning, not every morning. It was just like by chance that morning.
So it was, but it wasn't I was the first thing you put in your mouth. It is I am.
Oh God.
First thing you put in your mouth that day.
Nonsense.
I cannot bother.
Oh my gosh. One listener had a very precise answer. They were a bit worried. They put, Lord Jesus, if this ain't toothpaste. ... I
I know who that is.
Slightly worried.
I could just hear it.
All right.
I want to check.
Oh, God.
Ready for the next one?
Leave them
Yes,
alone.
ma'am.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So the last question we asked our audience, but we'll do some bonus questions too, was I am made of rubber and you blow into my hole. One prick and I'm gone.
Nah, I'm not doing that with all.
You have to participate.
Okay.
Use a key podcaster.
Yo, I'm looking at some of these answers, yo.
Yeah.
I need to tell you one in particular when we finish.
I don't know what to say. I'm made of rubber and
And you blow into my hole.
One prick and I'm gone.
what? Oh. Ah.
Oh.
Oh God.
Oh no, I don't know who that is.
I said
My
you're
answer is the same as Rohan's.
Come
My
on.
answer
Bro,
is the
what was
same
your
as Rohan.
answer?
Baba
Ala
Balumba.
balumba.
Baba Balumba. Wow.
I don't know.
Okay,
It's
Kemi drew
actually-
something.
That's mush
Kemi,
mouth.
that's a balloon? Balloon. All right.
Ayana,
Jans
there was no
also
need to
said
show up,
balloon.
okay?
Oh, how cute.
They
The
all
artiste in the place.
the artiste. Dizzy, what did you say?
Okay, there we
Baba
go.
Balumba.
All right. So this one, actually, our listeners were right. It was balloon. Some people put condom. One particular person said male ego.
That's a good
And
one.
is that
That's a good one. That's a good one.
a
But
very good one?
yeah, so that's what we got. So
Yeah.
needless to say, I still think, majority of us are pretty dirty minded. So, but I have some bonus ones for you guys because I kind of felt I wasn't sure, should I put these up or no? But you know what? Let's just roll with it. Y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So where did it go? I have been taught to come on command. I want your bone. I like to chase pussy.
What? What's that last one?
Mine is dog.
Pussy.
Say one more time.
Pussy.
No, the whole thing. Sorry, not just the last one.
Oh, okay. So
But I really
have
hope that
been-
we cut that. I really hope that we cut that. Say it one more time. Okay.
I've been taught to come on command. I want your bone and I like to chase pussy. Pussy.
Are we still writing down answers? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's show our viewers too.
Out now. Oops.
Or These are some really dirty ones. I gotta do one more. All right. So Rose, Ro and Giselle put Menace dog. Oh Lord. What do we have? What is that? Woof. Oh, man. Okay, so Jans has drawn a stick figure, which I'm going to assume is man,
I can't
and
see
has
it.
written woof.
I
And then, Cams, what do you
Why are
have?
choosing violence?
Move it to the other direction, Cams.
Man,
Man.
I didn't have dogs. Sorry.
The answer is dog, y'all.
Same thing.
Same thing we close. Man, we love y'all, yo.
Oh, y'all going to hell for that one.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I don't understand. Why are we going to hell?
Only
I
wrong.
mean,
Because we are
we have some
soft
listeners that are men. But all
And we
right, all
like
right.
them.
I
You
know.
know something?
All right.
I love all it, but it is what it is.
All right. Okay.
Man is dog and gal wicked. What are you gonna do?
Are we wicked? What we gonna do? Roofity roof and hickety.
Oh gosh. All right. Ready? So when I come out, I'm white and gooey. I'm the sticky stuff that shoots out of your tube.
God don't like what you're doing. God don't like what you're doing.
We'll keep this as the last one.
God don't like what you're doing. B.
Come again?
So it says, when I come out, I'm white and gooey. I'm the sticky stuff that shoots out of your tube.
It's you.
What, Rohan? All right. So Rohan has written man glue. Man glue.
Yeah.
So what, all y'all just stick together like this?
The hope. Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Just what does it say? Up in my pants?
Nope.
In my pants.
Jizz in my pants.
Oh wow.
Y'all didn't get that?
I'm so
Hold on.
stupid.
High five.
I'm a fucking
That's
genius.
Can we high five that one?
Woohoo!
This girl said jizz in my pants. So she drew an
I'm
arrow to
done.
herself and wrote in my
In my
pants.
pants.
So clever.
Hey yo.
And I
Camps.
just
I
changed my
struggle with
pants.
it.
What does that say? A
A man
man.
chin. A
It
man.
says,
A man. Come
I
on.
mean, come on.
Oh, it
Come
says,
on,
I mean,
what?
come on. All right. She don't even want to answer. Okay. All
You
right.
did say toothpaste, and it was probably toothpaste.
Toothpaste, or actually in this case, glue.
It's glue. Yeah.
Yeah, toothpaste not sticky.
Those sticky.
It's
To me,
not-
it's sticky.
What
They're
toothpaste you using, Ayana? That's sticky. In the morning?
Alright. In the morning. It didn't say in the morning.
No, it didn't. I was just teasing her.
Let's circle back.
Oh, Lord. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
good.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. That was
Dirty,
good
dirty.
job, y'all. But not surprisingly, we all know who the dirty ones are in this group. I think it's all of us, obviously. We have some pretty dirty listeners too. I really think the listeners looked up the answers because they didn't want to out themselves as being dirty minded. So listeners,
But
I
they
don't
know.
trust y'all.
I really want
Tolerance
Daryl to cut when B say we know who the dirty ones are, and I point. And then Rohan point. I don't know who she's pointing at. I know because I point to you, but like I need Daryl to put that somewhere.
For social media,
Yes, please.
we shall do that.
We all have that one dirty friend.
We all have that one dirty friend.
It's really Ayana, but
Well, guys,
Me?
I mean, I
believe
feel like we all have our moments, to be quite honest.
I
I
say no.
haven't been guilty all week.
Because like last minute, I had that moment with the what would I talk about, queef and gua sha, which Daryl was very, very appalled by, which I'm not sure why, because he knows I have some funny, dirty jokes sometimes. He's like, I
He
can't look
always
at you. He was
appalled.
he was editing the last episode. He's like, I can't look at you the same. I can't believe. He's like, did you say queef? Like he was so loud. I was like, I
He's
did. And he's
so
like, what the
dumb.
hell? And I was just
But it's okay when he do it, eh?
like, right? That's why I said I was like,
Right?
you be saying stupid shit all the time. What?
Hmm.
Oh,
When has
boy.
he not said stupid shit?
Oh,
When?
Aw.
Lord.
I'm a
Let's go through
virgin.
our
Oh God, I don't
I
get
know,
conversation.
I
like
know, I
that.
know, I know. We all know
But it got
that.
so sad for us.
And the
Like,
funny thing is, I think there's only a select few people that he'll take that from. So I think Ro, Jizzy for sure. Yeah. Everyone else, I think he'd like fight up.
Basically, just
Can't fight up with us.
I know. Oh Lord. Well, I think first, thank you all for entertaining my game. This was a game that we played. It was a quite longer game, and we played it during my bridal shower here in LA, and just made me realize I have some very, very dirty friends. I think it was about a group of 20 of us that played this, drunk off of
Yeah.
wine. And I'm pretty sure, I think, Ro, all of the answers that when we collected them either said penis,
Yeah.
none of them actually answered right. None of them said roller coaster, toothpaste, none of that. So,
No one was bothered. They were like, no, we're
Yeah.
going for what we're going for.
yeah. And I think the wine kind of helped that process too. So,
Oh,
what are you
yes.
going to do?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Okay. I don't know how to transition from here. I
but
just
I
literally
feel
just
like
went
that.
blank.
I feel like that was it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I feel like I just went blank.
It works. It's a
Uh,
transition now.
yeah, for sure. I think well, I guess we were talking about, right? We wanted to some of our listeners actually wanted to hear about like the wedding recap, things how we were planned. I mean, I know we've had a really great time, so I didn't know if anybody wanted to start off with a particular part of either the wedding or just talking about life in general during the pandemic when it comes to relationships and other interesting things. Because we're now like what, 2 years into the pandemic, y'all. I think we're
Yeah.
in March 29th. Today's March 29th. It's a little 2 weeks, a little over 2 years, and we're still in this pandemic. So
I mean, not really down here. I feel like we're very out of a pandemic now.
yeah.
Super out of
We
it.
started
As of next week, Monday, COVID would cease to exist.
Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
done. That's just it.
Yeah, I know here they all took the regulations away too earlier before Grenada did, but they are taking
Yeah.
away masking mandate, vaccine mandates, anything like that sort, where versus
Yeah.
it was super strict.
Yeah. I've been raw dog in the air for like 2 weeks now.
Not raw dogging, bro.
How
Raw
is that?
dog in the
Yeah.
air.
Oh my God. This girl said
Like,
raw dogging in
been-
the air.
Yeah, I've been like walking around, going into business establishments, like except for the supermarket. I mean, I also haven't been in the supermarket for a hot second too. But I've been going into like places, standing in the middle of places, going to parties, not a mask. I'm just like me. I'm also relying on my 90-day immunity, which will probably be up soon.
I think it's already up.
Let me go get a booster.
I think it's so crazy I think everyone's just tired of shit anyways, but to see the differences in sentiment now versus even as much as like 2 months ago or 3 months ago of like the panic people would have when they hear like, oh, someone's COVID positive or and so forth. It's still, I'm sure, like absolutely valid that it's a scary thing for people, but I also
Yeah.
think people are just like either, as I said, over it and just being like, I'm going to ignore it and it's not entering my life and therefore out
Yeah.
of sight, out of mind. But I think for other people, it's weird. It's weird how the sentiments have changed, but
It is very
Yeah.
crazy how like tight we were. No.
yeah.
Man.
I mean, I think like, especially for people that are planning weddings, when I was planning mine, 2022 is the biggest year of weddings globally.
Yeah.
That
I
makes
can
sense.
see that. I
Yeah.
can see
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. For
They just
those,
put it off.
yeah, it's
Because
because
all the
people,
restrictions are lifting and everybody's been planning their wedding since like 2019 or
yeah, like a lot of
2020.
people had to
And like,
push.
and now they're like, let's just do it. So
Yeah.
like, for you,
Big
B,
up,
like,
Pauline.
how was
Big
that
up, Pauline.
transition?
Sorry.
Big up all honestly.
Sorry,
How
Ro,
was
what were you
that
asking?
transition? How was that transition for you? Like planning a wedding or like knowing that you had to plan a wedding and like figure out, because I know for you in particular, it was supposed to be in Grenada first and then it had to move to Cali because our restrictions were crazy
Yeah.
at the time where you had to like put things in place. Like, how was that?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure I had a couple of breakdowns during the planning process. The biggest one probably when we had to change. So yeah, as you said, Grenada got hit later in the pandemic with the rise in cases, where Daryl and I were very hopeful that we'd be able to do our wedding in Grenada and had 80% planned with it, planned of it. So had a planner, shout out to Hingers, you know, they were planning our wedding. We had found our locations for all the events and it was supposed to be in our minds. I mean, maybe we could have planned a little bit smaller, but it was supposed to be these really big events that were going to be happening in Grenada. People started booking their flights and then November time, or I think September is when the cases started rising before we left. November time, they weren't going away. And then we just decided that we had to switch it up and couldn't rely on things getting better. Grenada is, of course, a small country. We didn't want to be in a position where, you know, our guests are coming into the country and are then getting restricted to even come to a wedding, right? That was our biggest fear of people spending all this money and coming to something that they wouldn't be able to attend. That was a hard decision. Daryl and I probably went back and forth for a full weekend. Our biggest decision-making part of this was reaching out to all of our close people in Grenada because we didn't know what that would look like for them. But y'all are the best. Everybody was just like, we're going to make it happen. You know, we're going to try our best to make it happen, make what's possible. You know, for those that had limitations, I know they also tried their best before they were able to, before they decided to say no. But that put us back into square one of planning. I was very adamant that I'm not changing my date. And we're about to plan this wedding within 3 months. Didn't find a wedding planner here because things, of course, are a lot more expensive here, and just decided that we'll do it ourselves. Luckily, I have really great support of my family and friends too. And till the last minute, every little detail, everything that we wanted to come together did come together, but we had a hell of a time finding venues because, as I said, 2022 was the biggest year of weddings. The venue that we ended up having our wedding at, they were not available for the date we wanted, and we were willing to move that date up by 1 day because there's nothing else available and everything that we liked. We had a few like non-negotiables, but I would say, needless to say, stressful. I would say for anybody that's planning a wedding, even around this time, there's still going to be plenty of restrictions. Vendors are definitely bringing up their prices higher because, well, validly so, things are a bit more expensive food wise, catering wise. But I also feel like some vendors just are taking advantage where they know like these people need people and we're about to double up their pricing. So I had wedding planners quoting me $10,000 minimum for wedding planning, US.
Use me?
Yeah. And so
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's just for them and not the vendors or anything?
Say that again, Ro?
I said, is that like just for them and like not vendors or anything else?
No, that's just for them. Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say that I feel like, you know, once you hear the word wedding, right? That's when the prices automatically start to go up. So like if I wanted to buy a cake, I could buy a cake for, you know, I could buy a cool, big, fancy cake. And then if I were to say like, hey, I want a wedding cake, same flavor, same size, same design, automatically the price just doubles because it's like, oh yeah, it's for a wedding. And
Mhm.
I guess it's kind of that perception of like with the wedding, things have to be perfect, and you are then kind of, I guess, more willing to get like pay for what you want because you need it to be perfect. And so
Yeah.
they just like take advantage of that, and they're like, oh yeah, you want this venue? Oh, it's for a wedding? Yeah, double the price.
Yeah, I did
Yes,
come across
but
that experience too. And then I think at one point I'd said something about, oh, I have an event coming up. This was like for people that when I was looking for photographers, and
mhm.
I tested this and I was like, oh, I have an event. I need somebody. It was one of the pre-wedding events anyway. So I was like, I need somebody for a few hours. And they quoted me a lot more than the photographer and videographer that I got, who were my friends anyway. So that's probably why I got a little lower of a price. But they were just, I was just, oh, it was outrageous. And trying to find the people scenarios where you're being taken advantage of because they know that it's slim pickings now because people have booked way in advance. So yeah, it was crazy. I think Daryl and I were just ready to party with everybody. It was a week full of party. True
was
proper
quite the
style.
party.
Best
Yeah.
wedding ever.
It was quite the party. We didn't stop drinking at all. There was not one day. There was not one day without music or drink.
Oh my gosh.
Best
Yeah.
week ever.
So yeah, so
Crazy.
crazy. I mean, the drinking, the eating, I think I would say like the advice I would give to anybody is that, and it was given to me, that nobody knows what it was meant to be like except for you. So if something goes wrong, only you know that something will go wrong. Everyone else is just going to be busy partying and stuff too. So that really helped me because there were some peak moments where I was just like, I'm highly stressed out. Ro was staying with me. God bless you. I'm pretty sure like I took things out on her a couple of times. And yeah, and it showed on my face. So, but again, what matters here is that we had a really good support system. I think the Grenada crew showed up massive, beyond, I think, beyond mine and Daryl's imagination. Like obviously we knew like family would come, from like on my side, but it was just beyond our imagination of like the turnout that was able to happen from Grenada. So we are very, very appreciative of that. And it really makes us homesick now for Grenada, to be quite honest. I keep telling Daryl, I was like, let's just go. They've opened up the things. And he's like, no, we need to work on, other stuff. I was like, fine.
Yeah,
Burst
but
my party
June.
bubble. Yeah, yeah, but June.
June.
Oh my gosh. But
There's nothing happening in June, guys. But if I keep saying June to be, then in her head she's like, June, I have to come to Grenada. And then she'll just stay. Tactic.
yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, did you guys, were there any particular moments that you guys had that were favorites?
I was about to say, let's do a rundown of the events because, so for the sake of our listeners, B had a traditional wedding. So there were some key events that made up, not just the day, but the week of celebration. I'm pretty sure I don't remember all of the names, but B.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we had some impromptu parties or limes. So one of the goals that Daryl, myself, and my parents wanted to make sure that everybody that came from outside to visit, that they were able to at least have a meal at the house, at least know that they have the option of that. In true family and friend fashion, those times to come over were for dinner, and we were liming till 2 or 3 in the morning. I think one time Rohan's like, I need to go back to bed and not say bye to anybody so they don't know I'm gone. So that was Monday.
I whispered over to me. I was like, do I have to say goodnight? Because like I'm so tired and I don't want to get caught up.
That was Monday. Tuesday, same kind of scenario, impromptu lime as well. The official like wedding events were Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Wednesday, the traditional side of this is what we call the maya. It's actually the beautification or blessing of the bride with turmeric paste. I think for anybody that's familiar with this in the Caribbean, they might call it the haldi. We call it haldi, we call it maya. But basically, it's meant to be a day of putting turmeric paste on the bride. It's supposed to be a bit comedic because it does. Everybody basically takes advantage of the bride and puts it on her face, on her legs. I was basically a big pile of turmeric, if you guys want to identify that as an image. Same idea, drinking, eating. It's also the day that my henna starts. So my bridal henna takes about a few hours. So after the paste and I shower, the bridal henna starts. And we did have another henna artist there for the guests so they could start theirs. And really just another excuse to party. Thursday was the Sangeet. So this is the actual pre-kickoff for the wedding. Sangeet essentially means song in Punjabi or Hindi, and it's meant to be a day of dancing, singing. It's meant to also call out that this is probably one of the last moments, traditionally back in the old day, where the girl or the bride would not have as much time in the future to be partying with their family like this day. So it's really just focused on her having a good time. Of course, also the groom as well. And everybody comes dressed up in bright colors. Again, Grenada crew. I'll post some more wedding pictures, but if we look at the pictures, the men came serving with those Indian clothes. The ladies, everybody. I remember my brother texting me, I was getting ready. He's like, man, Grenada crew's on fire. They all just walked in like some freaking catalog from India right now. So, and that was great. Drinking,
I want to
dancing.
shout out like one guy. Carrie came to fucking win.
Oh,
Carrie, Carrie.
Carrie came to
Carrie was
win.
winning.
There was no competition. Like,
and you know what? Not even that.
Good.
Carrie, since Monday, was just on a vibe. He was dancing with my aunties. He was, my cousins, all through the wedding. Like he was just like, I'm here for it, and was doing the moves and all of that. So like Carrie would say,
like
big up yourself, Carrie.
Big up yourself, Carrie. Like he immersed himself in the whole experience. Like it was just like so nice to watch. I just feel like watching him and be like, not having the best goddamn time. I love it.
No, for sure.
Big up you.
Yeah. So basically, y'all, like, as I said, just a bunch of parties. I love my culture. I love the fusion that we were able to bring between Punjabi culture and the Grenadian/Caribbean culture as well. And it went off with a bang. The finale was Friday, which was our wedding ceremony. While we did do some traditional pre-wedding events, our wedding ceremony was actually a mix. So I still wore my cultural outfit, but we did a walk down the aisle versus in a temple. And we had a really good friend, Lovenish, marry us, which I think was one of the best, if not the best, one of the best choices that we ever made. So everyone looked amazing. I think the bridesmaids, someone told me that y'all look like a cover out of a magazine, because while y'all had different outfits, Soro and the girls had different outfits, they still somehow went together. So it was pretty cool. And then, we have my Noni's brother that was one of the MCs for the reception. And again, I think we felt so much amazing energy in that room, because it was like, when people have been hanging out for so long, it seemed like everybody knew each other for a really long time. And I think that came from like everybody hanging out, those few days before, getting to know each other. And now they're just dancing, they're limboing under a broomstick. We were doing the train around the whole reception. Not one person was sitting down. And then just, again, the MCs, Travis and my baby brother, KJ, just popping it off, the speeches from Jerry and UV, and then we all just getting drunk. And can you imagine that we still went and partied after the reception? Everyone came back to the house after the reception, and there were linemen at the house. Yeah. Daryl and I actually ended up leaving. Like, imagine Daryl and I left the house, and these people were just partying with my family.
Y'all supposed to leave. Y'all supposed to leave. That's what's supposed to happen. It's supposed to go
and have married people sex.
Yeah, do married people things.
Boy, listen, whoever thinks, I'll tell you this right now, whoever says, oh, your honeymoon night, bling, bling, bling after the wedding, that's not true. Groom
You way
and
too tired for
bride
that.
are exhausted. Exhausted. You know what Daryl and I did the next day?
Not
We ordered
really.
in. We didn't
They're
want to
not
see
really.
anybody on Saturday. We ordered food in, watch Netflix. I was like, I just want some junk food.
Listen,
Just
we
like
are
that.
having married sex just because. You don't have to be anything big. We want to have married sex that same time.
You want to
Same time.
consume it.
You're gonna be
It's
like laying
ready.
down, right? You're gonna be laying down, just put it in my mouth.
Yeah, just
Bro,
real quick.
I remember
Real quick.
Jan's message Jan's messaged me the next day and she asked me, I said, girl, I'm tired. She's like, B, just starfish, girl. Just starfish. She literally, she's like, just starfish. She's like, you ain't gotta do nothing. I was like, oh
It's
gosh.
just because we have to. It's a merge. It's a merge.
Boy, no.
Yeah, you gotta
Part of the
consummate
wedding night,
before.
right?
You have to organize yourself.
The last part of the ceremony, like you just have to do it.
Oh gosh.
must be
No,
done.
I was tired. I know he was definitely tired, but
So
oh,
technically, you wasn't married until the next day or whenever.
whatever.
Whatever.
So sweet.
I just assumed it's the
Fine,
next day.
fine, fine.
Oh, boy.
Um,
I mean,
But it was a good
I love
time,
married,
honest to
like
God.
so chill.
yeah. It was an amazing time. I would still say my favorite part was the hanging out pre-wedding. I
Yeah.
still think that the bride and groom in general don't have as much fun. While we had an amazing time, we don't have as much fun as a guest do.
Mhm.
And we don't get to, during the wedding reception, get to hang out or socialize with people as much as we were able
That
to
is why
in the pre-wedding events. Yeah.
in June,
In
you
June.
have the do-over, which you can enjoy because really and truly everything gonna happen already.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
But
We
it was
throw another
great.
party for y'all.
I mean, I want to go to another Indian wedding, so Vashti.
Yeah, Vashti.
Okay.
You know that is a name
Don't
too.
have to be you because you know the rest of us from Venezuela.
Well, babe, you
I
had to find a
actually
man that makes sense in my life. That's what we waiting on. I'm ready to get married tomorrow.
All
If you say
right.
tomorrow, I will get a dress ready, baby.
All
But
right. I hear
find a
you.
man, no.
Man.
Find
I
me
will
today.
DMs now.
Yeah.
Slide in them now. As you're listening, listen now. Now, go
Yeah.
across. Let me see
Get
how many
Oh, you
people
want a wedding? Let me do it.
yes to.
Yeah. I mean, I will say a pandemic wedding, there's the added fear, right? So constantly in the back of your mind, oh, what if a vendor gets COVID? They're going to cancel on me. Hopefully they're doing fine. It's a very selfish thought, right? But as we all know, we also had, COVID scare as well and had to really identify like, how are we going to communicate this? Are we going to go on? What are we doing? And one of the things my best friend shared with me, Mega, was I had a conversation with her about it. And she said, at the end of the day, she's like, you need to go on with your wedding and people need to understand. And you also have to understand if people decide not to come. So with that scare, we shared it with everybody, all of the guests, a couple of days before to let them make their decision. And I will tell y'all, again, big up to all of my family and friends. Not one person said that they're not coming, right? I think people that did came that were concerned, masked up. But everybody was like, this is the situation of the world right now, right? And we came to this wedding to see y'all and support y'all. It was a very, I might get emotional. It was a very scary day that day when I had to make a decision. Ro was there with me and I was like, that's it. I'm canceling everything, right? Because that's your first thought. And because you don't want it to ever come back to you that like, oh, something happened to somebody because of my wedding, even though I know it's not my fault, but something happened. And I just couldn't go on without actually at least telling, like we were going back and forth, like, should we just cancel? Should we just, and then my parents and I sat down, did a game plan. And we said, we just tell everybody, here's what it is. We just want to let you know. And we understand whatever decision you make. And not one person said they're not coming, right? Everyone understood the risk and still came. Unfortunately, people did get sick after the wedding. And even then we're so like, we made this decision. We knew that this was going to happen, and don't worry about us. It was a little bit of a fog that came right after the wedding, because again, nobody's fault. You can't blame anybody in a pandemic. But you still feel it. You still feel like shit, but it's just another scary thought you have to think about now. And I think you have to think about that for other big gatherings too, as we continue to move forward into the year or even to next year as well. But big up my family and my friends, because I think, what did Smug say in our group chat? She said, can we spray Lysol instead of rice during the wedding? Is that what she said?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, let's do it.
Yeah. So
it's
everybody
true,
was
yeah.
there, and I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Daryl and I still reminisce on this and replay the wedding day back in our minds, especially with the pictures that came too. And we're just like, man, like,
So
dude,
fucking beautiful.
Everything was amazing.
thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
And the
so
food
good.
was so good.
That's a big thing in our
So
family.
good.
Food, alcohol, music. That's it.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
no, we felt that.
Yeah. Food,
We
alcohol,
felt
music.
that.
So
Yeah.
Was
And the thing is with like pandemic weddings or pandemic events, the minute you know you're gonna go, you're taking that risk. You're taking on that, like, it's possibly gonna happen. It's why myself and Ayana didn't want to go out before we actually had to do our PCR or our rapid to get to the States.
yeah.
You know that something is possible, so you're just kind of like on your P's and Q's. You're like, So I think that's why everybody was just like, we're here for a wedding. Let's
Yeah.
do it. Like,
Yeah.
if we have to like glass case everyone, we will be there.
I mean, and that's what I said, it's just
It's what it
a
is.
fear that will be there, and you're just like, oh, how do we navigate it? So, and we made it through. So,
We made
and
it.
it is what it is.
Scares and all.
Scares
Yeah.
and all.
it happened.
Yeah, whatever.
I
We
think-
survived it.
We survived it. We survived my bridal shower. That was a little scary too. But we survived that. So we were all having a good time drinking, and probably should not have been driving. So but we rectified that very quickly.
Yeah, it was an ordeal.
It was an
And then it
ordeal,
wasn't.
but yeah, and then it wasn't.
Sounds like there's a story because I wasn't there.
Okay, I'm saying.
The story just entails me drinking too much naturally, because I would be. I think Ro told me I did. I threw up on the side of the road. And yeah,
First
it
of
was
all, we
just
chugged her wine. I mean, between the
because y'all were
bridesmaids,
making
the
me.
fri-
It was like between
yeah.
you, Ruhi, like everybody. Like,
Yeah.
first of all,
The minute
the
she
bridal
got
shower
there.
was amazing. It was at a winery. My friends did an amazing job, and
So cute.
yeah, they were giving me wine like it was shots, and
It was like
we were all there.
chugging.
And I think we tried to fit too many people in one car, which is probably not the best idea, because the original plan was,
Me
let's
count.
get one Uber. I think it was 8 people
Yeah.
with plus
Like-
luggage. Remember, plus luggage.
Plus luggage. Because
Yeah.
she had just got us from the airport. So like I had 2 big ass bags. And like the other girls had like a big bag, a small bag. There were a million bags in the car. Like we were sitting on top of each other. I had like the person sitting on me, like I was around their waist, like in case we die, I have you in my hand, Like
In a Uber?
No. In the car, in B's car.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
We should have
hectic.
gotten
It
an
was-
Uber as a second
We
car.
should
Right?
have gotten an
Yeah.
Uber.
It was a
Yeah,
whole other
but
deal where like
Ubers
Mega, my
for
best
help.
friend, had to like call Ubers for us. We decided to park the car at a gas station, call Ubers for us. God bless her soul, because she, coordinated
Yeah.
that. And then us getting home. And I'm always in this phase of like, because we had family at the house too. And I was like, oh, damn, like this is going to be such a disappointing thing for people, whatever. And it wasn't. My brother, I love my brothers. They're just like, dude, get over it. Like, you had a good time,
Yeah.
just go to bed. Me and Ro went to bed right away, and we just kind of like, no, Ro, you didn't go to bed right away. You started drinking and eating
I
again.
I started drinking because like her mom, bless her. I was like, no, I'm good. She's like, you don't want to eat? I was like, no, I'm all right. She's like, so you don't want to eat? And I was like, okay, I'll eat.
You
You have to know that. You have to have known.
Come on.
Yo,
So
someone tell me your
I
mom's
drank.
bullying me to drink. It was so funny. I was like, what?
Yep, because she offered me
Every
drinks. I was
time my
like,
glass was empty, she
yeah.
was pointing me to the direction of the bar. Every time.
Yeah.
every time. Honestly, it was a good ass time. The day was hectic, but we got through it,
Yeah.
and we made it. We
It
made
was
it. That's
it was
all
a
that
good
matters.
time. And now my brother's getting married in a couple of weeks. So it's just been like back-to-back weddings and back-to-back partying. I'm hoping my
Chemo
liver
weddings are
can
the
take
best.
it. I will agree to that now after everything. But I think, as I said, it was a village effort. Everyone brought this amazing
Yeah.
energy. Everyone brought amazing energy, and just making sure like Daryl and I felt that love. I think we did feel stressed and worried on some days, and they just made everyone made sure that we were good. So
Yeah.
we
And
love y'all.
let me make sure it's like it's not because like we have good energy, because we do have good energy. But when the people that you're gonna be there for have like this amazing, just like aura around them, that they're so loving and they're so amazing all the time, you can't bring anything but your A plus game for them. Like I feel like if it was somebody that we were just like cool with, we'd have been like, yeah, we can't make it. Sorry. But like for y'all, we would have we tried to like push mountains and rapid tests and is
Boy,
that.
is
And that's
that.
just what it
There's
is.
no and.
I was
like,
looking
for
for
y'all.
that, and I was like,
And I was going to write the and.
Oh, do it, do it.
Do it back. Do it.
No,
We
as I
made
said,
it
we
happen
felt
for y'all
it.
for sure.
Nah,
Yeah.
y'all just, as I said, every single person made shit happen. And it's like, and we look back and we're like, man, a lot of people had to like jump through, hoops to make it here, or even struggling to get back, So it was an amazing time. It was great. And yeah.
It was
Yeah.
fun. Like
And
people
is
were
that
dying at our stories. They're like, yo, this is crazy. Like I want
I
to
didn't
be
see y'all stories. I blocked y'all.
I know we missed you, Jizzy. We missed
Or
you. We
whatever.
really did.
Yeah.
There were
I
certain
was drinking in
moments.
solidarity. Every time I called earlier, I was drunk.
I love it. I love
Giselle
it.
was out every single time. Let me say something. She probably didn't have time to miss us because she went from pool
she was
to drink.
I was depressed. I was missing my friends. I was sad. I was just
Miss
drinking
you.
a lot.
every day like that.
I drank for 10 straight days, guys.
There were points, Jizzy, like during all the events where like I literally thought in my head, I was like, man, Giselle would laugh at this so hard right now. Or like there was a point where my family did a surprise dance at our reception, and it was the boys, and they were doing like what was it? What song were they shaking their ass to, Ro?
It was
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
it was jelly, and they were bending over,
KJ.
shaking this butt. I was like, Giselle would have a freaking riot with this one right
Oh
now.
my God, I want to see it.
Yeah, and
I
when the video
expected from
comes out, I'll
KJ.
share it.
KJ, I expected it from, but your younger cousins who were just like so quiet, like so like sweet and respectful. Like I was like, y'all got moves, okay.
And then my dad with his moves, poor dad, he was having leg issues earlier that day. He was in pain. And then all of a sudden he just burst out on the dance floor.
Nothing.
Yeah.
This man was
Nothing.
like
Yeah.
on the ground, like, listen, the Chima men have knees. Okay. Let me tell you.
One thing.
Boy.
Because,
Get you a
oh my God.
Chima. B, I hope you had them knees to a girl.
Yo, my knees be clicking right now. Even now, I gotta be adjusting in my seat because I have to change how much I'm
So it's
bending my
a
leg.
dominant middle trait then.
But
I think that's what it is.
the one thing my brothers told me was, we now see why you kept going back to Grenada. It's
makes
so
sense.
crazy. And like, I think right now my baby KJ is like, so yeah, I think I'm gonna plan to go to Carnival, and I've been talking to like Daly and Lovenish and like, trying to figure it out. And I was
Did he
like,
totally
oh,
like leave you out of the situation?
huh?
He totally just was like, yeah, I'm going to go.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I think I'm gonna try to see how I can make it happen. Or I was thinking of going to Grenada for a couple of months, because he has again, in the role that he's in today, has a flexibility to do that. But they were just like, we totally know why you've been going back to Grenada. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, your fucking family over there is like amazing. And I was like, yeah, I know. I mean,
I know.
hello. I mean, I know.
The
Like,
actual vibe. It's actual.
Like this is a call out to KJ though. KJ, we'll see you in June.
KJ,
Here,
I have
guys.
not met you. I haven't met you, but
it was
from what
also
I hear, you'll be a good time.
it was also the
He is so
introduction.
fun.
Is he's big brother. Like,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah, no.
That's
Yeah,
big brother.
Like,
Be brother.
I feel like we could be drinking prosecco with him, like in aquarium, like all night
yeah,
long,
he'd have a good
saying
time.
things, and he would have the best. He would be in the middle of the dance floor. KJ, hurry up and come. I'm gonna message him. Like, hey, so like when you booking
He's
your
gonna
ticket
he'll book
again?
his ticket. Like, yep, bye.
you, right? Because it seems like we're leaving y'all, but you know you're coming in June too.
I know. We'll definitely try to make it happen.
Hello, y'all
But
don't have the sangita and everything. I will make a scene. That's my thing now. Everything I'm just making, I will make a scene. I need a Wednesday. I need to choke curry on here because probably wouldn't have to marry. So I just choke.
I
I
have
like roti,
to like
Turmeric,
we
that's
get
turmeric.
that.
right? And then
Lord.
There we go.
the Thursday we need to have a sangeet and I need to dance. And the Friday, you don't have to
My
get married.
bridesmaid dress is still like hanging on my window.
I
So,
want to
like,
stand up there. I
Aw.
want to hear the speech. I want to hear everything, actually. So you
Oh.
need to do the whole thing.
and I'm wearing my bridesmaid earrings.
Oh.
My saree is clean and ready to go. Just get it wood.
No,
That's
Daryl's
also hanging right there.
Daryl's mom has like been pushing. So he's like, so maybe for your 1 year anniversary, that you guys come to the party in Grenada and we can wear all of our Indian clothes again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nothing.
she looked amazing and everything. So
yeah.
and she had a
Cordial?
good
Okay.
time. She had a good time.
She had
Mhm.
a great time. She
Boy,
is the hot gal.
yeah,
Say it again.
Gorgeous.
Auntie again.
Yeah.
Big up.
She-
big up yourself.
Auntie
No,
Jane.
for
Auntie
real.
Jane
Well,
is the
also
hot
June.
gal.
I mean, y'all ended up introducing Rivers to my family too this trip.
Shame on y'all.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about that Rivers, right?
Who did
So
it?
Ayana brought a bottle, I brought a bottle, Carrie brought a bottle, and somebody else had a
Jerry.
bottle. Jerry brought a bottle to the Wednesday event. So that's the what is it called?
The-
The henna party, basically.
The henna.
Yeah.
We all brought the bottles. I think mine was drank out of a little bit because we drank it Monday, Tuesday, but nobody was really about it. It was me and KJ. We took a couple shots and then that was it, right? We turned around 3 times. I had a couple drinks. Callie had a couple drinks. Jerry had a couple drinks. But we were finishing one bottle. Like it was just the one bottle I was getting drunk out of. We turned around. We couldn't find none. Like there were no more bottles. The liquor was. We were like, who? I was like, Callie, did you drink it? And he's like, nah, I looking for the bottles that all of us bring. And then I turned around and I saw like your uncles or your cousins. Like there was a group of them. I looked over and I was like, that's Rivers drunk. That is Rivers drunk. I was
Like they were drinking cocktails with the Rivers and thing.
Shots, bro. We were doing shots.
Oh, okay. Because I can't do. I know I can't do a cocktail.
Because we introduced them to shots. Like we were like, let's do the shots with them. I did it a couple times, right?
Okay.
And we were like, hold on. I think they did shots without us.
My chest burning on their behalf.
Boy,
Oh,
listen.
They loved it. They loved it.
And you could smell the rivers, eh?
You could
Boy.
smell that it was.
The
I felt like I was home.
the next day when we were getting ready for the Sangeet, my brother and my cousins were going to go pick up more alcohol for the event. So I called my cousin that came from London, Vicky, and I was like, Vicky, we were like, I need you to go with KJ to take the alcohol to the venue. He's like, oh, are we picking up more Rivas? I was like, what? And he literally said Rivas.
They call it Rivas.
Not Rivas.
I was like, what? And he goes, Rivas. I was like, no, we're not. I was like, and this is exactly why.
But
I'm
they
disappointed.
somewhere though, because somebody drank Rivers on the wedding day out of a water bottle, thinking it was water.
KJ.
Ooh.
Yeah, he
So
got that.
down water.
Yeah.
Water.
Mm.
Yeah,
Water
I think
KJ.
Smugs.
He was
He took it from Smugs, yeah. And then he came to me like sweating. He's like, so I just did this thing where I thought it was water and I just chugged the whole bottle. I was like, what? And I was like, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, but clearly he had a great time. He composed himself and he was just
He
all over the
danced it
dance
out,
floor.
honey.
He definitely danced it out. So
He's ready for that, man. Ready.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
yeah.
All
There
my
is-
videos from the wedding have KJ in it, and like half of them, he's like on like 110, 150, like knees dropping to the ground. I'm like,
we need.
Yo,
That is the energy.
this man is so much jokes.
Yeah.
This
I'm
man's
gonna
so
have
much.
to have rivers and nutmeg ready for this man when he
Yeah,
comes there.
you will. But this
Stop the
man's so
knee.
much. He's so much jokes because I had because he my brothers and Lovenish, walked me down the aisle, and I wanted them. There's some things I was particular about where I wanted them to have like the same look, so they had same gray suit, blush tie, same shade of shoes, and wanted them to wear socks. And I particularly said this to everybody, wear socks. And the reason why I said it is because KJ, when he wears suits, he does the slim fit pants and he has that style of like the ankle socks or the no-show socks. But I was very particular. I was like, I want to wear socks. Please tell me why I get the pictures, right, from the photographer, and I'm looking at the pictures and I said, is this man not wearing socks?
Damn
Can we
right.
please pull up the
So-
picture? Can we please
Don't tell him
I'll
what to
pull up
do.
the
Yo,
picture?
I'm gonna put a
Like,
picture in there
no, of course.
because
right there.
this. So I text the man. Obviously, this is now post wedding. So I was like, "Did you take off your socks? Were you not wearing socks? What happened here?" And he's like, "No. So I brought my socks with me, and I basically just told and no, he didn't actually tell me that. So I posted the picture on Instagram. I was like, when he didn't understand the assignment or something. So, and Lovenish messaged me. He's like, that man said to us, I'm not gonna wear the socks. I brought socks just in case she notices. He's like, but I'm not gonna stress her about it. He's like, if she notices, I'll put it on. I didn't notice, obviously, because I was focusing on other things. And I was like, you are so lucky I didn't notice that day. Because that day I probably would have
Little
cussed you.
brothers, eh?
Yeah.
I
And
have
he's
one,
like,
but that seemed like little brother shit.
no, that is
that
little
is some
brother.
little brother shit.
Yeah, that is little brother shit. Like where my other one, UV, who's very like, he's like, let's just listen to like what B says. And KJ listened to everything I said too, but he snuck in his little things as well. So
He's
yeah,
jokes, yo.
he's
I
jokes. We'll
can't with
definitely
this
put
guy.
that picture up. But
Please, because it was so good. You like everybody looks like so put together, and then you like this the bare ankle, and you're like,
I was going to look at the ankle there, like.
The thing is, like, I wouldn't have noticed unless B didn't send it and was like, tell me why. And I'm like,
I would not have noticed either. I was like,
because I was looking like, waist up, like, dude, they're looking dapper. And B's like, why? Why does he not have on socks?
I saw a bare ass ankle. I was like, hold on now,
Bro.
where are your socks?
But nah, everything was great. Came out beautiful. We had men crying. When you see, I can't take it when men cry. And I know it's so stupid to say, but boy, Lovenish had people crying in that ceremony too. Yeah,
It was really sweet. I was like, love that shit make me believe in love. Oh, yo, these AirPods died.
Oh.
but
He had me like sniffling.
yeah,
I mean, also
Just
it takes
all
nothing for
around
me to
so
sniff.
beautiful.
It was. Everything was just so
Ceremony, yeah.
perfect.
The entire week, everything was beautiful.
Yeah.
And the
colors.
reception.
I know I cried whenever I called y'all because every time I saw B, she was so beautiful.
oh, thank you.
all right.
And they were so
Yeah.
beautiful, and then I was so drunk. It's not a lie. Like every night, I was like, my friends are partying. I'm gonna party too.
I feel like you were outside more than us, huh?
No, I wasn't. I was outside.
I mean, I really felt like you were outside.
I had to do something, Bahar.
Very
was
true.
outside.
All right, you
Not
right. You
Bahaar.
right.
Wow.
Damn, she said Bahaar.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss
Sorry.
Carrington.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I unblocked everybody. I stopped reporting pages. That was fine. I did not.
Ew, our friends are petty as hell.
So petty.
Yeah, and I was posting about it too and tagging them. Reporting pages today. I was messaging personal messages too. I think I messaged Sabrina the most. Yeah, blocking you. Blocking you today.
Yo,
Blocking
Smugs came in a
Rohan.
sexy gal with that nose
Listen, in the
ring and
leather.
everything.
Was it leather?
Leather.
Okay. Okay, I was
Sabrina
talking
is waiting until
leather.
she leaves
It looked
Grenada to
real
get her
good.
matter.
Boy, nah,
When we gave it
everybody.
to her, she had to wear that same outfit. She
Nah.
has to wear it, I say. I will make a scene. I
I
will
have
make a scene. She has to wear it.
You
I
and
have
these
some sexy
queens
friends,
get
boy.
plans.
These and we had to start writing the movie that she about to make because real scenes.
I don't.
Real fucking scenes.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
no, there'll be many chapters. Next time, I'll chapterize my movie.
Ay.
Ooh.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, can we get another edition of chapterizing? Oh my God, that'd be amazing.
Well, we are real nut packets to go through, so you know. We have to chapterize a lot.
I can't.
Yo, what? All right, y'all. Let me move on.
Please. Because I die.
Anyway, back to wedding recap. I think there was a part of
Absolutely.
the reception that just I think you would have really appreciated. Besides the fact that the DJ was great, mixing in like just latest tunes with some sort of Indian crossover type.
He did it with hip hop.
Like soca and
Just
just
crossover hip hop soca.
it was so good.
and,
But then they
like,
had the traditional drummers come in.
Oh my God, the